Check. Okay. Amanda, how you doing?
I'm alright, how are you?
Yeah, I'm all good, thanks. Been in Elite since about 8 o'clock this morning, so I'm a wee bit tired, but apart from that, I'm good to go.
Which feeling better? I've been up since 5.
Fat well you in. What have you been doing today?
Training, working. So aye.
Working hard.
As always.
So, thanks for coming through, for doing this.
It's alright.
You've came from
Alloa.
Alloa.
Aye.
We drive,
Just a tad.
and then a wee late drive home after.
Aye.
Well, I hope you get home safe. It'll be my fault.
It's fine.
So, we just ended up kind of following each other on Instagram through one of my clients, I think.
Aye, it was.
Aye.
Craig.
That's it, who was in training as you came in. And then obviously I checked out your page. I saw that you'd been doing triathlon and stuff.
Aye.
Common interest. And then obviously we started talking and got you through to talk about it on the podcast. So I really appreciate you coming through to chat about it. So first of all, just tell me a wee bit about you, tell listeners about yourself, what you do, and how you got into fitness and sport, basically.
Aye, so well, I work full time as an admin assistant at a place called Fitness Solutions. It's alright, they sponsor me and that, and they let me away to train, so can't complain.
The most important thing.
Aye. But aye, so that's alright. I don't really have any hobbies. I train. I have no social life. I just train and work.
I don't believe you.
I'm deadly honest.
Yes, that's how it goes.
Deadly serious.
To be honest, that's pretty much the same as myself, to be honest. I'm either in work or I'm training or I'm recovering from training.
Pretty
So,
much.
but obviously that's what we'll talk about as we go into it. But like when you do train so much, you just end up having to just recover all the time when you're knackered, innit?
You either eat, sleep, work, train, recover. That's it.
That's how we like it, innit?
Bye.
So how did you get into like training, fitness, or you
So,
just going way back or whatever?
I used to do horse riding, so I've done that for years, and I got problems with my hips, so I had to stop that. When I was about 21, I got told that I was doing a new hip, so I stopped any aspect of training, anything that was impacting it, and I started my new job where I am now.
What age were you then?
I started my new job, or
When you
stopped.
stopped?
21.
Right, okay.
27 now.
27, right, okay.
Old.
Not as old as
But,
me, so that's fine.
So I started at my work about maybe 4 years now, and you're working with gym equipment, kind of take it upon yourself to do it. And my boss, he got me into doing Spartan racing, like obstacle course racing and stuff. So I started off as that, and then I was like, oh, I can maybe do this. And I went to the hospital, and they says, just if you're happy, do it, but just watch what you're doing. It was painful. I had to like train constantly to get through the pain, but go there and now I do triathlons, Ironmans.
Which is amazing, which is the main reason you're here and what I'm keen to listen to you talk about today. But just briefly going back to what happened to you. How did you feel when you got told like that about your hip? Like, was it obviously it would have been a major blow, I'm assuming?
Oh, totally. Like, I was training to be a jockey, so that was like my dream, was to be a jockey, and getting told that you can't do something that you've always dreamed of doing is horrible. It's like somebody just kicked me right in the stomach.
Totally.
Aye.
So it must have been a great feeling when you managed to get back into training and stuff again.
Big
Then,
goals, bigger goals.
So, what about triathlon then? Obviously, you said you went into Ironman. How did that all come about? Did you just get the bug from the Spartan stuff and decide you wanted a bigger challenge?
Well, pretty much. We started off doing like small obstacle courses, and then we went on to like 20-mile ones with like 200 obstacles and stuff. And I was kind of like, would I go from there?
Yeah.
And
How long does that take you, the Spartan stuff?
How long did it take me? It was as a group, so it was, I think, about 7 hours or something like that. For the big 20-mile one was about 7 hours to do.
Right, just you. Well, you're part of it, aye.
Aye.
That's quite long.
So aye, that's quite good. But I wouldn't do it again. Triathlons is my thing.
That's it.
But my auntie, she wanted to get into triathlons because she wanted to lose weight and stuff. So I was like, I'll do it with you. At the time, I didn't even think I would be able to ride a bike and run after it and stuff like that. I couldn't even swim, and that was like 3 years ago.
Right, okay.
And then I read about it and saw Ironmans and Ironman videos, and I was like, I need to do this.
It's the videos, man, innit? Like, they just suck
It's
you
the
in.
music.
Aye. And it's just like the epic stories about, people finishing them that have
totally.
had problems or whatever, and you're just like, fucking hell, man, that's so fucking amazing.
Aye.
And it makes you just, I think that's what done it for me. I just watched, I'd done triathlon, but I'd watched a video of an Ironman, and it was that moment I was like, I need to do that.
Aye. It's just when it's like the finishing bit, and you're like, oh, I'd love that feeling.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. But like.
So when you were thinking you didn't know if you were going to be able to cycle and run, was that down to your previous problems, or was it just because down to your fitness levels?
The running was my hips, because even when I was doing the obstacle racing, it was killing me. It was so painful.
Yeah.
I couldn't walk at the end of anything. I'd done my first half marathon, and I couldn't walk at the end of that. Done my first marathon, and I couldn't walk at the end of that. And I was like, this seems impossible. How are you even going to try an Ironman? But
So what the hell made you decide to do it, man?
no, it was crazy. But
You just thought, fuck it, I'll see what happens.
I pretty much learned how to ride.
Did you do a triathlon at all? Like
I
an
did.
Olympic distance, or was that like part of training, or
I started
did you just
off-
go for an Ironman, aye?
no. I had to break myself in because I didn't know how to swim when I first wanted to do triathlon. I
Yeah.
didn't know how to cycle or road bike, so I had to get my arse in gear. learn
I
how-
think it's the best way to do it. I think just to sign up and tell us how you're doing it, because then you need to learn.
Totally.
I was the exact same. I thought, like, somebody had said to me about doing, you should do a triathlon because you're in the gym to that now. And then I was like, okay, I mean, it wouldn't be that bad. But deep down, I'd no swam since I was swimming about as a wee kid.
Aye.
I just in my head thought I can swim because I could physically swim when I was younger. I hadn't ridden a bike in about 10 years, but I thought I've ridden a bike before, it'll be alright. But I didn't know anything about
Aye.
cleats and road bikes.
Cutting in and stuff.
Aye, didn't have a clue, and the running as it's running, I've always sucked at running. So why I even tried to do one in the first place, I don't know. But it's the best way to do it. Just diving in head first, innit?
Aye, totally.
So what triathlons did you do first of all?
My very first one was a sprint, and that was at Strathclyde Country Park.
Nice.
It was a disaster.
How come?
It wasn't really. It was actually alright. It was my first open water swim. And
Well, no training at all.
no training, no water swim. I think I went in the water for about 5 minutes, and I was like, I didn't really like this.
Well, I can't imagine Strathclyde Park being the nicest open water swims.
Stinking.
Aye.
But it was really good. I'd never put my head under water before when
Yeah.
I swam, so I was kind of doing this mad.
Did
doggy.
you do your head above water for the first time?
Aye.
So did I. My first
Chafing.
triathlon, head never
Back in
underwater once.
Oh, it was a nightmare. And then I had never properly trained on the bike either, so kind of went into that.
You just decided to see what was going to happen.
Aye, pretty
And you
much.
finished?
Finished it, aye.
And how do you feel after it?
I felt amazing. And then obviously you get the bug for longer.
Yep.
So I done my Olympic distance, which was Gillane. That was a disaster.
Where was that?
Gillane
Where's that?
Beach. That's in Edinburgh.
Right, okay. Beach?
Aye.
Didn't know a beach in Edinburgh existed.
Up next to Musselburgh. Why?
No, I got a clue, but I'll believe you. Right.
Scotland.
Aye, but I go to Edinburgh, Waverley, go to the shops and come back, that's about it. But aye, what happened there?
Aye. The waves were horrendous. They were splashing right over the top of you.
Oh,
and
shit,
somebody
man.
that
Was this an Olympic distance, aye?
Aye. And with somebody that doesn't really know how to swim very good or really strong in swimming, it was horrible. Lost my goggles.
Oh,
I bashed into the boys. Every boy I bashed into.
was it freezing?
It was Baltic.
Yeah.
Aye.
What time of year was this?
That was September.
So past the summer even?
Aye. So it was quite cold. And then I never had a jacket in the bike, so I was freezing on
Oh
that.
my god,
With
man.
all this salt in my mouth. Oh, it was horrible.
Did you learn to swim with your head underwater by that point?
I had to.
Aye.
I didn't think I had any choice.
Aye.
But so I went in the first time in the water, and that was when I lost my goggles and everything. The second time I was like, I need to try some. So he'd under and swam properly for once.
Good.
But aye,
What kind of time did you get on your first Olympic one?
I think it was about 3 hours. It was horrible.
Oh, mine was 3. My first ever one was 3 fucking 42. I think.
Aye, mine was quite.
I
long
wore a
as well.
surfer's wetsuit.
No way.
I ordered a wetsuit on eBay, thinking that all wetsuits were the same, and this big, thick fucking padded thing came. So I wore that for the swim. Didn't swim with my head on the water, so my swim was pretty shit. Plus, I thought I didn't know a sprint existed. I just signed up for the Olympic, and I didn't know there was a shorter one. So my first ever one was the Olympic. I trained in a 15-metre pool. Didn't know it was a 15-metre pool, but I thought I was training doing 1,500 metres, and I was only doing like 1,000. And I'd used my mate's single gear bike because I didn't have a bike.
My experience isn't that bad after all.
I didn't have a bike, and it was in London, and I was like, who's got a bike I could borrow for London? And my mate was like, I've got a road bike, and I just thought, road bike, awesome, I'll take it. But there was no gears, and that was brutal because London's not the hilliest, but there was hills.
Aye.
And my legs were killing me. So my cycle was shocking time-wise, and then my run was actually okay. That was the best part of it all. When my running was like physically the hardest, but on that day it was the best because the swim and the cycle was so bad. But like obviously you learn for that shit, and
totally.
you like the next year, even just getting a proper bike made such a difference, and a proper wetsuit as well. Like just those two things. That doesn't even take into consideration training. That's just literally equipment. Do you know what I mean?
It's a lot of money, but it's worth it. It totally is worth it.
100%. So you finished the first Olympic, and then what was after that?
My first marathon.
Right.
I thought I better get my fucking arse in
Had you
gear.
told yourself at this point you were going for an Ironman?
I was going for an Ironman for the start,
Right, okay.
but I was like, I didn't even know if I could run a marathon. By this point, I had shin splints, and my legs were just destroyed. But so I done Loch Rannoch Marathon.
How'd that go?
First 20 mile was really good. I got a PB in my half marathon and everything. I was quite chuffed. Last 6 mile was hell, absolute hell. The demons just got into my head, and it started raining, and my legs were sore, and I was doing this like shuffle, run, hoppy thing. It was horrible. Yeah. But 4.5 hours.
But you made it to the end.
Aye.
That's the main thing, isn't it?
And I've got to say, like, for the Ironman, that was probably one of the best feelings I've ever experienced.
Just getting to that finish line and proving yourself that you could do it.
Aye. It was a hard marathon.
Well, this is the thing. I've never ran over 12k, and I've told the whole world I'm doing an Ironman next year. Obviously, I'm doing the half this year, which will help build it up. But running's my weaker point, so I think to myself sometimes, like, how the hell are you going to do a marathon after all the other stuff when you can't even run 10k without being knackered and do you know what I mean? But that's the thing, innit? Again, it's all about just if you put yourself out there and tell people you're doing it, you just need to do it, no matter what.
And you need to start somewhere. Like, I didn't ever think I'd be able to run a marathon. I didn't think my legs would take me around it, but I done it, and
totally.
So
and an amazing thing. Did you do a half Ironman, or did you just go straight for the full?
I planned to do Edinburgh half, which was really exciting because it was the first Ironman brand race to be in Scotland.
Right.
But during my Ironman training, because obviously that was the same year as my Ironman, I managed to mess up my Achilles. I got stress fractures. I got shin splints. Everything went wrong in the last 2 months of my Ironman training.
Not much luck with
no.
injuries, man.
Just give up.
What the hell, man? So you just had to pack that in and go for the full one?
Pretty much. It was.
When did all that happen? Like, what time of the year?
So the Ironman was in July, and so this all happened about April, end of April, start of May.
End of April, and your Ironman was?
July. Aye.
The full one?
The full one.
And you had all the injuries in April?
I had all the injuries in April.
What happened? Like, how did you get past that?
I
just need to let it rest or whatever?
I rested, I got physio, I got acupuncture. I spent thousands on anything that could help it. I got taped, sports massages, you name it. I had it done to my legs, and
oh my God,
it was horrible. I couldn't run, could hardly walk. So I had to stop running about end of May and just try and wing a marathon. So
blowing my mind here, man. Like, what the fuck is happening? So, like, had you registered for Ironman?
Aye,
the event, you were all good to go in July,
registered for both of the Ironmans, pulled out of the half. I says, no,
Yeah.
I had no point in even trying it.
So you're doing a full Ironman in July,
Mhm.
and you can't run in May.
No.
So,
I could barely push the pedals on my bike as well.
my God,
Like,
man. Where did you do the Ironman?
Bolton.
Bolton.
Aye.
Okay. So between that point and the Ironman, how many times did it cross your mind to chuck it and just say, this is just fucked?
A lot of crying, a lot of doubting.
Yeah.
I think I was going to give up about 100 times.
Aye. So what was it that just made you push on and get through it?
Well,
And also, how did you get through it?
I'll fully admit this. I was supposed to do Wales in September
Right.
that year, and I shut out it because I was like, sea swim, all the hills, I'll never be able to manage it. So when I signed up for Bolton, I was like, I need to do it now. I just need to do it. And when I got all the injuries, I was like, I've paid all that money and I've done all the training. I need to do it. I need to prove to everybody that says to me, you'll never ever be able to run or do an Ironman, which I had got told loads of times.
Yeah, totally.
So I had to prove it to them and myself, really, that it had to be done.
Amazing. So how did you physically do it? Like, how did you recover and actually manage to train? Did you do any training, or did you heal and just do it?
I done a lot of swimming and a lot of cycling. Well, what
Just
I
had
could
to use
do.
off for running?
Aye, pretty much. So I had to use all the endurance for the swimming and the cycling to get me through the run.
Okay, bloody hell, man. And so was that just through basically the whole of June, or?
Whole of May, whole of June.
Aye.
It was just cycling and swimming, cycling, swimming, cycling, swimming.
So I was going to ask you what one of the 3 disciplines did you find the hardest, but I'm guessing it's going to be running.
I actually love running.
You do, aye?
I'm actually quite good at running.
When your legs work?
When my legs work, aye. Swimming's probably my weakest.
Right, okay.
But I trained a lot in my swimming to make it
Open water or pool or both? Yeah.
both. Had to train both.
I saw you post a picture today, I think, and then there's a picture
yeah.
of an open water place.
That was yesterday.
Where is that where you've done some of your training, or is that a more recent thing?
Aye, it was up Aberfoyle. I forgot the name of the place. I think it was Loch Venacher.
Right.
It's really
Looked
pretty up
amazing.
there. It's brought there. That's where I do all my training.
Is that?
Portamonteith.
Is that quite close to you?
It's about 5-minute drive, so it's not too bad.
Yeah.
I train up at, there's a water centre up at Kinross as well, open water, and they do so they've got what they called? Mind blank. They've got the first aid people in the boats and stuff like that, so you're kind of supported, which is really good.
So how do you find open water to pool swimming?
Prefer it.
Prefer open water?
Prefer open water.
So do I. See, after doing so much open water swimming last year, I wouldn't say I hate swimming in the pool, but I'm in the pool just wished I was at the open water. See turning every 25 metres, it does my head in.
Horrible.
And are you faster in the open water?
Aye.
Aye, because my pool times are not that great compared to what I've done.
Pointy.
Aye, well, true, aye. But I just think the consistency, I just keep on swimming rather than back. I think that tires you even more.
It does, and it's boring, and it's mind-numbing.
Aye, well, I got a waterproof iPod Shuffle for my birthday last year, and it's actually pretty good. Aye, it actually sounds pretty good, and just the tunes keep me going. To be honest, it's a good buy. To be honest, I feel like everybody's staring at me when I'm walking into the pool with headphones wrapped around my goggles and the wee shuffle clipped onto my goggle strap. But it does make a difference. Just like, I don't know, are you into music quite a bit?
Music.
Aye, totally. I'm the same. Like, some people tell me they go out running that with no music, and I'm just like, how do you actually do that? Like, even if it's just the gym, I need music.
Aye.
Could obviously do it without it, but it just drives me on so much.
Oh, totally. No, I need music.
What's your playlists for training?
Architects.
Nice.
Protest the Hero. That's a good. When you're doing a hill run, Protest the Hero. Amazing. Parkway Drive.
All the heavy stuff?
Aye. Heavy stuff for training.
Yeah, I tend to go heavy in the gym.
Aye.
Heavy music, lifting weights, and then I tend to go more pop punk and stuff when I'm out running. I don't know, just keeps me happy, keeps me going.
I'll admit, I usually sometimes on a wee hill, put Blade,
Yeah.
Operation Blade on. It's a guilty pleasure. I love
Yes,
it.
amazing.
But mainly heavy.
So did it take you a while to get used to going back to open water? Because I think it's probably the thing people ask me about most when I talk about triathlon and swimming and that. It's always like asking about open water swimming, what it's like and stuff. When I done my first triathlon a few years back, and I practiced in some manky pond in East Kilbride, and it pure scarred me, man. Like, I was maybe like a month before my first triathlon, and I'd hated it because it was dirty, it was freezing. I couldn't swim properly at the time either, which didn't help. But it was a class thing. But I just panicked, total panicked, shat myself. Probably done like half the distance I was meant to that day, and then I just went back to the pool for the rest of that training. But I don't know, like, when I found there's an open water swimming place up not far from here. It was part of like a water sports complex thing, and it was a lot cleaner. The guy who runs it's great and stuff, and I just felt a lot more comfortable, and then that's what made me really enjoy it. How did you find it at first? Did you hate it at first and then get more into it as you got better?
Aye, I despised it at first. It was freezing. Who wants to jump into freezing water?
Aye, totally.
But as soon as I did get the bug for it pretty quick.
Yeah.
Because once you're swimming in like pools for ages and ages, you're like, it's just a bit of freedom, isn't it?
Yeah,
like,
totally.
It's like being out on the bike, being indoor on the bike.
Yeah.
It's a bit of freedom.
Totally.
But I got into it in the baller, to be honest.
Especially when you've got the awesome views and that up where you're training. Like, mine's is just this wee square in the middle of like a whitewater rafting complex thing. But I mean, it is cool, but I need to learn to drive to take it up to different places and that.
There's trains and stuff.
Aye, but well.
You Stirling, Aberfoyle's right for Stirling.
See, I look at the pictures where you're training at, I just think that would be nowhere near anywhere.
It's
like to get off a train and go.
No, see if you got the train to Stirling, it's about 20 minutes for Stirling, about a 10-mile cycle for Stirling, and then you're at all the sceneries.
Aye, okay.
So it's not far.
Ah well, we'll need to get that sorted when the weather's better. Okay, so we're going to go on to nutrition. Massive part of triathlon, even more so Ironman, because, well, I was going to say if you don't fuel properly, you've got no chance, but you told me a wee story before we got going that you might differ.
We'll come in a bit.
And by the way, I'm sorry if anybody's listening to this and they can hear people banging above us and jumping and singing, because there's some sort of dance class on, and it's not ideal, but hopefully they won't be able to hear it.
Hopefully hear me mumbling.
So how did you find, just go for it, nutrition, fueling, recovering, training? Take it away.
Nutrition I found really difficult at the start because I'm vegan, plant-based, whatever you want to call it. So I didn't really know the ins and outs of how to get everything that I needed.
How long have you been vegan for?
About 7 years.
Oh, okay, it's quite a while.
Aye, but nothing for like this kind of training. So I read up on a lot of like plant-based athletes and stuff like that to get recipes and stuff. So I had to plan out everything. Everything I was eating was getting planned out weekly. And then when it came to the training side of things, I kind of went for more of the like whole foods instead of gels and stuff like that, because I can't stomach them. They didn't agree with me. So when I train, I kind of have like potatoes and like nuts and randoms in and stuff, peanut butter sandwiches. So my eating was actually really good. Like I'm actually a good eater. I'm a really healthy eater.
So when you're going to a big session and that, you don't really have trouble getting the calories in before?
I have like 2 breakfasts.
Aye, it's great, isn't it? It's the thing with triathlon, you get to eat all the food, no put on any weight.
Totally.
It's amazing. Like, I think is it yesterday? Aye, it was yesterday. I done weights, I done a bit of cycling, walk bike, and I done running on the skill mill, and my steps were really high. So like, I don't want to lose weight, I want to keep building muscle if I can, so I need to eat my calories back, and I had to eat 4,000 yesterday. It was amazing. but I actually
I'm
was.
jealous.
But I was so busy, I actually couldn't. I had to finish a wee bit under, because I got home and had a full tub of ice cream and everything, and I still wasn't there. So I was just like, I'm admitting defeat. But it's good that I ate that much food and I was still in a deficit. It was crazy, but it's just what
Jealous of your
That's just
diet.
what training does. I probably weigh a bit more than you. Do you know what I mean? So I can eat a lot
I'm actually
more
trying
back.
to lose weight now for Keltman, but
Oh, are you?
aye. But,
That must be quite hard then, working between fueling and making sure you're not eating too much and stuff.
It's really hard when there's chocolate in the house and stuff.
Aye, definitely.
But eating nutrition, you've got to eat for Ironman. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
I have like 2 breakfasts, about 10 snacks, and I have like 3 snacks in a day, and then 2 meals at night to fuel for the day's training.
Yeah.
Because if you're training like 2 to 4 hours a day,
Yeah.
you're going to need it. Like,
Do you fuel up throughout your training, or do you just do before and after?
I do when I'm doing longer ones,
Mhm.
like long bikes. When I was doing like my 6-hour bikes, I had to take like my sandwiches, and
Yeah.
my picnic with me, like
Where do you put that?
back pockets.
Right. Okay.
If you ever plan on
Or
doing
do
an
you get a
Ironman,
bag with
eh?
training? Do you go with a bag with training
I've got a wee bag in the front of my bike.
on your back or as well?
No,
No,
it's like
just
a
on the
wee,
bike.
a
Aye.
wee tube bag.
See, is that with it comes with the tri bars and that, or is that different?
No, it's different. So it's like it's just like a wee bag, wee pouch, and it fits.
Let me get one of them.
It fits like wee gels. It fits gels, but I had like a bag of tatties in it and sandwiches.
Yeah. Well, if you can fit that amount in, that's pretty good.
It's actually really good.
Yeah.
Then you wrap your sandwiches in cling film, they go soggy.
Yes.
So that's a wee tip for anybody.
Well, yeah, we'll find out about that a wee bit later on. Aye.
So long training days, fueling it. If it's just like an hour or something, I'll fuel before. Or I take like it's called Raw Sport Bacca, and it's like got your like salts and everything, and I take that during my training and stuff. Sorry, my throat's gone.
That's alright. If you want, take a drink if you need to.
That was for running a couple of days ago. Aye.
Too cold.
That's exactly what it was. So I make sure I get all my salts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So.
Do you take liquid carbs, like, I don't mean gels, I mean like powdered carbohydrates in your water or Lucozade or whatever?
I tried, I did try them and I didn't like them. I tried that Mortine, I don't know if you've ever heard
Never
of that.
heard that one, no.
That's what the sub 2-hour marathon runners tried in London.
Right.
So I tried that. It's a sweet watery taste.
Is it carbs?
Aye.
Aye, just liquid carbs.
I can't remember how many carbs is in it. If you asked me last year, I'd have totally knew. That's kind of in the past now. But it's full of carbs. It's actually supposed to be really good, but I can't stomach anything like that. So I just stick with salt tablets, or have a coffee, 5 coffees before I do any training and stuff like that. I make sure I've got my carbs in everything I eat. So like dates and stuff.
Yeah,
nuts.
dried fruit and whatever. Aye.
That's my fuel for training.
See, I've never really, because that's me just starting my half Ironman training. I've only ever done Olympic distance, so I mean, I've not been through that long of training sessions. I've never really, the most I've ever really had to take with me is maybe some Lucozade in my water bottle and maybe a couple of gels if I'm doing brick sessions.
Aye.
So I'm going to need to obviously look into
totally.
getting the wee bag for my bike and getting, because like the tri bars, you can put liquid in that, in a straw and all that. Is that right?
I've got I've not anymore. I'll tell you about that later. I remember it was a hectic day. But I've got a Aero sports bottle,
Right.
They're really good. Like they sit in your middle.
How much does that hold?
That held 1.5 litres.
That's good, aye.
So it does.
And then a
really
couple of
good.
bottles in the frame as well.
Aye, or in the back of your saddle. So altogether, I've got like 5 bottle holders on my bike, on my triathlon bike.
Nice.
Aye, so.
What bike you currently using?
I use a giant live bike. It's I can't pronounce it. It's like Owl or something like that.
Right.
2017. It's a triathlon bike, and I've got live. They've got weird names. Laguna or something like that. It's called. That's my road bike. That's my baby for this year.
Do you use that for a lot of training and stuff?
My new one, it's it's for hills. It's built for hills.
Right, okay.
All the aerodynamics for the hills, which I need for this year. So your triathlon bikes, they get up the hills all right, but my wee one struggles, which means I should really build leg muscle. But
And how much did your bike skin you?
My triathlon bike was 1,800, and my road bike was about $2,000.
It's mental, innit?
Aye.
It's crazy.
I'm really skint.
Aye, it's no that we didn't pick the cheapest sports to get into, did
No.
we? Like
My first bike
fucking
was
money everywhere.
Aye, my first bike, my wee Meridia, that was only £600. That got me through all my training for
Did that get you through your Ironman?
pretty much the training for my Ironman.
Did you use it for the Ironman or a
No,
different
I
one?
used my triathlon bike.
Yeah, see, you know what? I'm a wee bit worried because I got my bike stolen last year, which was a really good road bike. Even at that, I was thinking of upgrading a tri-bike anyway, but I could have used that as obviously getting some money back for that because it was only a year old and it was in great condition and stuff. So that got stolen. Just money-wise, like, I just didn't have the money to get a new bike, so I had to get a Cannondale road bike. So I'm just going to have to use that for this half Ironman. I don't know if it's going to affect it or whatever, but
You'll be fine, honestly.
not trying to blame my tools or anything, you know, for a poor cycle, but I might be, aye.
5 foot me.
Aye, but I mean, I just, the money's just insane. Like, obviously, wetsuits are quite expensive if you want a good one. You know, the amount of money, even now, I'm spending on food for fueling my training.
I think me and my dad calculated it up last year on nearly everything, food, bikes, equipment, everything, and we spent over $5,000 on
For what?
just training for an Ironman.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Because you think about it, like, just simple things like running shoes, they're no cheap. You know, I've just registered for that half Ironman, and it was $250 just to register.
Aye.
And then I need to get there.
Aye.
I need to take my bike over there.
I forgot about that.
Accommodation. Aye. And the bike was more expensive than the flight.
Aye, it would be.
I mean, it's not that bad, but it's just because the flight was so cheap, that's why it was more expensive. But then accommodation and it's all worth it and that. But it is like, that's the thing. I think I underestimated like how much money it was all going to cost me when I first got into it.
Aye, I think you did. That's why this year I've managed to bag myself with cheeky sponsors and stuff. So
Nice.
Makes
That's
it a
amazing.
bit cheaper.
Aye, that's it. I mean, at the end of the day, I think when you get such a bug for something, you'll just do whatever it takes, and you'll prioritise it. And you know, I don't go out and spend my money and going out drinking that anymore. So I mean, that's where my money just goes in food and training gear. Essentially, that's all I spend my money on.
I was the same. All last year, I never went out. I never had a social life. All my money went to Ironman. That was it. Didn't care about anything else. Just my Ironman.
I bet the feeling you got after you finished it was all worth it.
Aye, totally.
Exactly. Just quite to go back to like nutrition and that, you kind of mentioned before we got going there that you know you weren't always like that with your food and that.
No, I was at 13. I was diagnosed with anorexia. I was 5 stone 8, collapsed and stuff like that. So I was scared of food. I was scared of eating, and that lasted up until I was about. In fact, it never leaves. You still get bits of it. Like triathlons has actually made me better.
Yeah, I was going to say it must have,
Aye.
because obviously you need, as you say, you need to eat.
Aye,
no option.
You learn that it is your fuel. You need it, and there's no getting away from that. If you don't have it, then you've got no chance.
Yeah,
really.
totally.
But aye, it was a scary experience so I had anorexia, and then once I did start eating, I went to be bulimic as well.
Right.
So I started doing the whole being sick thing and everything. So food was it was hard. It was hard to get back into eating properly and stuff. But being vegan and doing triathlons, it has helped a lot because I don't eat rubbish or anything like that. Everything I make is homemade, from scratch. I know everything that goes into everything.
Yeah. So you obviously must have feel personally you've came a long way over the last maybe a few years or something since you've been fueling your body for all this training.
I've had to overcome a lot.
That's amazing though, aye.
It's been a big life change.
That's
Lifestyle
amazing.
change.
Aye, no, good on you, and obviously appreciate you opening up and talking about that there, because people would obviously be able to relate to that, and it's awesome to hear that where you were and where you are now, and talking about all the food that you eat now, and which is amazing. All the sandwiches and that, the peanut butter sandwiches.
Peanut butter. I had to put on weight for eating that much peanut butter. I wasn't advised eating peanut butter out the jar, the whole jar.
Okay,
one a day.
I used to be so bad with peanut butter that I just had to stop buying it. I just loved it too much. Honestly, I got in my head years ago that if I bought the healthy stuff, the 100% nuts, that it didn't matter how much I ate because it was healthy. But when I was trying to get in good shape, it didn't help that I was getting back for tablespoon after tablespoon. I'd probably say I went more towards almond butter at one point. I just couldn't get off the stuff.
I was just saying, I think I went to my auntie at one point because I worked with my auntie, and I was like, I'm doing all this training and I'm putting on so much weight, I didn't understand. And she was like, Amanda, you're eating jars and
Stop
jars
eating all the peanut butter. It's just so good, but I'm happy to say that I'm at a place now where I can have a normal serving and then call it there. I think I made myself sick yet. I ate that much yet. I don't actually like it that much anymore.
I'm the same.
Unless it's Reese's, I could eat that stuff all day.
I'm not like that. Sad.
You don't? Oh, well, aye, obviously, aye. Well, I'm sure you could make your own version of a peanut butter cup. So, looking at the Ironman, how was it? How was it just basically leading up to the event? Maybe the few days before it. What were you like?
I was a nervous wreck. I'd fully admit I was a mess. I think at that point I was probably doubting myself the most.
Right, okay.
Obviously, couldn't walk properly.
So that bad, aye? Like a few days before it, you were just no feeling.
I was. It was just horrible, and I thought to myself, I don't know how I'm going to do this, but we'll get a bash. So I was a bit of a mess.
So when did you go to Bolton?
Went to the boat.
Went down the Bolton.
Went to Bolton. I think was it a Thursday? Travelled on the Thursday. Because the rest was Saturday, if I remember right.
Right.
It's a blur.
Trying to get a good couple of sleeps in before it, that?
Oh, there was no sleep.
No?
Not very much sleep.
Nervous wreck, aye.
So as soon as I got down there, you had to register yourself, had a shot in the water. Kind of went like once round to see what it was like. And then I met my mum and dad because they came down.
Is that the day before?
No, this was the Thursday.
Or she allowed you just, or was it just a thing, an open, was it a lake or something?
They've got like a big village, like they call it the Ironman village.
Oh, right, cool.
Set up. So you can go down, you can register, and you can sort your stuff out and have a wee look around and stuff. And you can have a shot in the water. And I wanted to go and recce the bike course, sorry. And so when my mum and dad came down, I was like, we'll do that because my dad knew the course more than I did. Because I was just a mess.
I was going to ask if he did Ironmans there, and that's how he knew it, but it's just he was just looking over it.
He just looked over it more than I did. I'm just
I don't want to look. If I look, it's real.
Aye. So on the Friday, that was probably the busiest day. I had to get on my bike, had to leave my poor bike out in cold, wet itself.
Oh, no.
Sort my bags. You've got like 4 bags to sort because you get 2 special. They call them special needs bags, which you can get halfway around your bike in your run.
Right.
So I had to sort out that. I had to sort out my run bag, my bike bag. Had to rack everything. Had to eat. Most importantly, had to get the briefing, and then it started getting real.
Absolutely shitting yourself at this point, aye?
Pretty much. I can remember my boss, who's played a big part in my Ironman journey kind of thing, he came to help me with my food for my bike, and he walked into my hotel room and he was like, Amanda, what is all this? I had a table full of food that was impossible for me to actually take on my bike with me.
Oh, what?
Like, I had sandwiches.
You just had far too much.
Aye, it was ridiculous amount of food. Like, I just panicked and bought everything.
Better to have too much than too little. I was going to say too more. Too much than too little, though, eh?
Aye. Well, this was far too much. I couldn't take a whole table full of food. But, so we were up till, I would say, about 11:30, sorting all my food. So eventually,
What time are you racing at?
I had to get up at 2:30 in the morning.
What?
For breakfast.
For fuck's sake. This was 11:30 at night.
It's 11:30 at night, and I'm flat. I'm about food.
Fucking hell.
So eventually, like, put half the food in the bin, and sorted all that, and then tried to sleep. I think I had an hour's sleep. You're too excited. Like, the biggest day in my life was about to come up. And so I 2:30 in the morning, away from my breakfast, tried to eat my breakfast. I did actually make sure I ate it. So I had like toast and muesli and stuff, because you didn't really get very much in a hotel. When you eat like what I eat.
Yeah.
So I had done that, and then I had my power bar, tried to have a carb drink, and to eat at that time in the morning, if you've no really... I trained to do it, but it is hard. Even when you train, it is hard to get up and just eat.
Yeah, it's morning appetite, man. It's just no there usually.
Aye, it's horrible. It made me feel sick. I felt sick that whole morning.
Plus the nerves as well, just combined. Totally. Brutal.
So and then made my way down to the swim start. Oh yeah.
Did it cross your mind the day before to not do it?
A wee bit, but I will admit, when I got down to that start, I was doing it, had it in my head 100%, I was going to pass that finish line.
Aye, I think it's the day before. I remember my second triathlon. The first triathlon, I didn't see any of it until the day I'd done it. So obviously the day you're there, you know, you're doing it and that's it. Mm-hmm. But the second time, even though I'd experienced it the first time, I was down staying in a hotel beside the event, so where the water was and stuff, and I went out for dinner the night before the triathlon and was walking back and along the water where I was going to be swimming the next day, and I just fucking... I don't know why. I'd done it before. I knew I could do it. I trained pretty well, but I just absolutely shat it. And I was just looking. I think maybe it was dark. It was cold, and I was just like, I don't know if I can do that tomorrow. I don't know if I can get in there and swim tomorrow. Like, I genuinely was questioning myself.
I think it's natural. It's natural to have the
I know
doubts and stuff.
It's crazy, man. I know. But so the day then, like, you're there. Talk us through it.
So went into the swim start.
Just before, right? Sorry. Just explain. Just go through the distances.
Oh, so your Ironman's.
It's a 3.8 kilometre.
That's it.
Actually, I do it in kilometres rather than
miles, and then I forgot how many miles it was.
It's stupid, right? Because I know the kilometres for the swim and the cycle, and then the run I know in miles. So it doesn't really make sense. But anyway, go for it.
It's because I've been like, my training now is in kilometres, but then it was in miles. So I kind of got muddled up because I'm doing different distances now, and I got muddled up. What he said for the swim.
3.8 kilometres.
112 mile cycle.
Which is 90 kilometres. No, sorry, 180 kilometres. That's the full one. 180 kilometres.
And then a marathon.
Which is 26 miles.
Aye.
I can't remember how many kilometres that. 42. Just under 42.
Aye, 40 something.
We're good together. We're good, aren't we? We don't even know the distances. We got there in some really kilometre/mile thing, but anyway, it's 140.6 miles in total, and the cut-off time is 17 hours. Did you think before you went off, did you know you were going to make it in time, or did you cross your mind that you might not finish?
I didn't think I'd finish the run. I thought I'd be walking, and I didn't think I thought it was going to be, the last hour people. Yeah. I thought it was going to be one of them. So Well, don't know the surprise yet. So go for it. Take us through the event. I'm excited to hear this, man. So I went into the swim start, T1 or whatever you want to call it. See my bike after leaving it for the night. Put all the food in it, and I kid you not, my bike weighed a ton. But the minute I had my big bottle at the front of the tri bars was full of that Mortine stuff. Yeah. Big mistake. Don't ever do that. If you're ever doing Ironman, don't put that in your biggest bottle.
Shit.
So I had water, on my bars, water in the back of my saddle, and I filled up. I had like my toolkit and stuff, and I had my potatoes, my sandwiches, my flapjack, my bars,
Okay, now.
everything on my like.
Make me hungry.
I was a good speed, like. I literally couldn't lift my bike very, like, it was so heavy.
Right.
My bike weighs 6 kilos. With all that food on it, I think it weighed it was like a kettlebell.
What the hell?
Aye, it was ridiculous. So done that, put on my wetsuit, met my mate who was doing it as well. And you're just kind of standing, waiting to go in this big line with thousands and thousands of people, and it's an experience. Just even that was, I was like, holy shit.
So you were in an age group category, I'm assuming?
Aye.
Yeah,
Aye,
and
so
thousands or hundreds?
I would say hundreds.
Hundreds?
Aye, there's no, I think it's 25 to 30, there's not actually that many compared to like older. I would say there's more like.
Well, I'm 30,
senior.
so I don't even know what
You're in
category
the
I'll
old
go.
one.
Am I?
No,
I'll
you
be
will.
25 to 30. I'm doing it a month before I'm 31.
Oh, you'll be alright.
So I'll be 30.
So you'll be in the.
Better than with the younger folk, who may be faster than me, but never mind. Anyway, I see an age group
Aye.
category, so there's hundreds of you. What was your plan, like swim-wise? Were you like just going to go, for it, or are you going to hang back to the back of the pack, or are you just going to go for it in the mix?
Well, you're actually, as well as you're in your age group category, you can pick what time you think you'll do it in.
Right, okay.
So it's all like signposted, doing this big massive line, and obviously all the pros at the front and that, and you're just standing right at the back. So I planned on doing my swim in an hour 30, which I was giving myself a lot of time. So I was just standing because my mate was doing it. She was like, stuff I'm doing at the same time as you. So we're just standing there chatting away, and then the anthem, you would call it, the Ironman anthem, which is AC/DC, Thunderstruck, came on.
Amazing.
And my mate just got excited. I kind of shat myself. Not literally.
Good. Would not have been a good start.
I got really scared. And then that was kind of a bit of an anticlimax because nothing's moving. Everybody at the start's moving, but you're kind of left. And then all of a sudden we were moving in, and we went into the water. And that was the start of it.
What was the water like in Bolton?
It's actually quite warm.
It's like a river, lake
Aye,
type
it's
thing?
like a wee reservoir
Yeah.
kind of thing. But it's actually warm.
Not bad.
If you don't like things touching you, it's kind of weird because you've got the grass that you can
Yeah.
feel. But my swim was actually really good. I enjoyed the swim. I got a personal best in my
Nice.
swim from Ironman, which
Amazing.
was really surprising.
What was your time there?
I'm minute 24. I'm minute 24. An hour 24.
What? What are you talking
I'm
about?
getting excited. So it's an hour 24.
Amazing.
I planned on doing it in an hour and a half. So aye.
Good start.
So I've actually got a picture of me coming out, and I'm like, oh my god, I got a PB.
Well, you'll need to send me that.
No, definitely
I
not.
can use it for the
No, not
the
that
promotional
one.
purposes.
Definitely not that
No?
one. No, double chin in that. Wet
Right, alright.
face. No.
We'll get the finish line one.
Bloated. I'll tell you as well, I was really bloated when I started my Ironman because I had that much to eat the night before. So, no, never plans it the way you want to in a race.
There's always something that fucking goes wrong in there.
Oh, it did go wrong. So I was all excited in that, and so you go around one loop of the swim, and then you've got to do another one at Bolton. So came out all excited, and I went, and came out personal best, onto my bike. I'd say the bike is my strongest discipline. So everything was going well, and cycling away and taking in the scenery and everything. You've got two major climbs in Bolton. You've got Sheep House Lane and you've got Hunter's Hill. So I kind of knew about them before I came to it, so I made sure I was fully trained on hills and stuff.
Yeah.
So I cycling away in that, tackled Sheep House Lane, felt good, taking air everybody, well, not everybody, like people that are on fancy bikes, fancy helmets, I'm taking over them, my wee bike and everything. So I was quite excited, and then about 3 hours into the cycle, everything went shit, literally shit.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. I think because I swam 2 days before, I
Yeah.
think the water took effect, and I got stomach problems. So it's Ironman isn't very glamorous, and you learn to be able to talk about all this kind of stuff because everybody goes through it at one point.
Yeah, totally.
So I spent, I could take about 45 minutes off my Ironman time to say I was in the toilet. I went to the toilet about 3 times.
Right.
On my bike.
I actually don't know much about this part of it because obviously Olympic, this is triathlon. It's not that long, so you don't have that. I pissed myself on the run on my last one just because
You could just shut yourself if
just-
you want to, but it's not advisable.
just because I didn't want to stop.
Aye.
I just done it whilst I was running. It wasn't very comfortable, but I had to do it because I was sore holding it in. So obviously Ironman being that long, I take it there's toilets to fucking stop and go.
Every 10 mile there's toilet stops.
Every
10 mile.
right.
So it felt like the longest 10 mile in my life.
Yeah.
My belly was really sore.
So it can take obviously a bit of time, a bit of time onto your overall if that's what's happening.
45 minutes worth of my time was spent in toilets.
Nightmare.
So I'll tell you this wee part. Went to the toilet and everything, and I stood up and I dropped my first bit of nutrition into the toilet. It was in slow motion and everything.
Oh my god.
So that was
What was that?
That was my big bag of flapjacks. So it took about 1 kilo off my weight.
You made them yourself as well?
I did, they were really good.
What a waste.
I know, full bag. Didn't even get a chance to eat any of them.
Oh,
So cycling along, and I was like, right, I'm fine now. Everything's all right. I thought, right, I'm near enough halfway. What I thought, like, I was like, if it was about 4 hours, and I was like, I've not actually got that long to go, and I'm not actually ate anything. So I was like, I'll have a sandwich. Dropped the sandwich.
Just was this on the bike?
This was on the bike.
So you're 4 hours in,
4 hours
and you hadn't
in.
eaten anything?
I had my breakfast.
Did you not eat after the swim?
I was too excited. I just jumped on the
Just
bike.
didn't even think about it.
I wouldn't advise anybody to go with my eating plan for this. I did train to eat,
Yeah.
and it didn't go to plan.
You're so excited and so much pressure on to do it, your mind just goes fucking blank, doesn't it?
Totally, 100%. So I dropped my sandwich. So I had this bag of tatties that was really salty that I was eating, which was alright. Like, it was some at least, and I was keeping it down. And then
How do you eat a bag of potatoes when you're cycling?
they were cut into wee bits.
Just,
so I was just like flinging.
were they just in like that wee bag in front of you and you're just
I wouldn't
picking
say it
out?
was like a full bag of tatties. I was like,
See, I'm picturing a bag of jacket potatoes here because
no, like
that's what I was carb loading for my last triathlon. I had carb load on just for the train journey down to Brighton and that. I made hundreds of baked potatoes, so that's kind of what I had in my head, and I was just like, how did you manage that?
Like hundreds of baked tatties.
I just eat them with apples, that's what I do.
Aye, that's actually not a bad idea. Keltman.
There you go.
No, it's like, I'd say about 10 new potatoes cut into bits.
Right, okay.
So it's like easy just to fling it at the back of your throat.
Yeah.
So I was eating away at them. So I ate them before I went to start my second lap of the bike. And then I figured I can't really drink any of the sport drinks, so I flung away my big fancy hydration bottle at the start, as well as the bottles in my back, which I soon realised I actually flung away my spare tubes and everything. So on my second lap I had no food, no spare tube. I had my special needs bag, which I thought came in handy. So when I got to that, my sandwiches were soggy. So I never really ate any of them.
What a disaster your fueling plans turned out to be here.
Spot on. As I say, to never follow that. I did train for it, but everyone doesn't go to plan.
So how are you feeling at this point then when you're kind of coming to the end of the bike and you've not even eaten much? Like, were you total fucked? Like,
I was buzzing.
Aye, right, aye.
Aye, because I had...
Just adrenaline in that?
Aye, I took on like my salt tablets. I take them when I'm training. So I had like some ties. I know it's not a lot, but it was some. And when I came to the run, it was just water, really. I couldn't take on any more. I'd made like 4 toilet stops by this time. I was done. I was like, I can't eat because nothing's sitting.
So how long did your bike take?
I'm sure it was 7.5 hours. I planned for about 6.5, but
unforeseen circumstances held you
nature
back.
calls.
That's it. But you done it, obviously, go off the bike and that. How are you feeling at that point, just physically? Like,
I was tired, my legs were heavy, my belly was sore, but I was excited.
mentally, alright, still in the game and all that?
All I says to myself was, I'm nearly done. Like,
One more leg to go.
Again, it's like a marathon to go, but you're nearly
Crazy
there.
when you fucking say that, man. Like, I'm almost there. Oh, wait a minute, I just need to run for 4 hours.
Aye.
You know what I mean?
So I can remember like passing my mates who came down to support me, and I was like, I'm doing this, I'm totally doing it. And they're like, aye, Wheaton. But I obviously tell them, because the guy, my boss, who trains with me, I was like, I can't eat anymore, my stomach's done. And he was like, water, just make sure you drink loads of water. Because by this time it was getting hot.
Yeah.
Already got a lot of sunburn.
So you're like 9 hours at this point, starting the run.
Pretty much.
7.5.
9 hours.
Yeah.
So started the run, legs were heavy, so heavy. Ridiculous.
I can't even imagine, like.
Aye, like I walked the first mile because I couldn't run, like my legs were done anyway, so.
Were they really bad pain, or?
I had injured myself before I even started Ironman, so along with being heavy. So went on to run. At the start of the Bolton run, you go up a hill.
Great.
You go up a hill. So I went up and then you kind of go 6 miles before you get to the laps. So I was managing to get a wee jog going, and then I had gels. No, it's like the cliff blocks.
Yeah.
Tried to have them, they failed, flung them away.
Oh, do you like them? Would they be kind of gummy things?
I love them.
They're so good.
That day I
Just couldn't do it?
I couldn't take it. I was like, just stay with water. So I got to the laps, and then I was like, holy shit, this is fucking happening. So I actually managed to run by this point.
Good.
It wasn't a fast run, it was slow. It was so slow.
Run's a run.
It was a jog kind of hobble thing. So met my mates again because they met me at the laps. Got kind of emotional, and when you're going on the laps of Bolton, they kind of tease you and they make you run past the finish. It's no good, it's horrible. But it was really emotional, and I see my mum and dad and that, and I just broke down into tears.
No.
I was like, holy fuck, I've only got 3 more of this today. So
Only 3 more, aye?
only 3 more.
Fucking hell.
So, aye.
So is it just pure, like, I mean, for me, thinking about how you must have felt, I was thinking that at this point you're fucking close to fucking breaking down in a bad way, but were you just like buzzing, seeing your family and knowing that you were going to finish it, or?
I was doing it, I had it in my head.
You just knew?
Aye, like, even though I don't, like, I wrote this as well, like, I know I talk about all the problems that I had during the whole Ironman, but I really enjoyed it. It was a really good day, and I had it in my head for the start. I was finishing it, and I done what I set out to do.
That's it. So how did the last part of the run go? Was it like just torture?
I nearly got disqualified.
Did you? What the fuck you doing?
So my boss started to, you're not allowed anybody to run beside you.
Mm-hmm.
And I did tell him, I was like, mate, didn't run beside me because if anybody catches you, I'm done.
Yeah.
And by this point I had 4 miles to go. And he ran beside me, and a wife came out to me and she was like, I've caught you doing this before and you all get disqualified. And I was like, no fucking way, I was like, get away from me.
Can you actually imagine that,
4
man?
miles to go, and I nearly got disqualified.
Just as well you never.
I'd been raging. I'd
At
have
who?
punched him, I'd have killed him.
Aye.
But the last 3 miles was horrendous. I was in agony. I was in agony for about half of the marathon.
Yeah.
But it was a safe 3 mile to go.
How did you feel? I know obviously your legs were goosed, but like how did you feel fitness wise, like heart rate and like breathing and all that? Was that all right?
It's fine because I was walking.
Well, aye, fair enough. So you were sound, aye, just your fucking, just your legs were.
Agreeing with me, but everything else was fine. Like I felt good. I felt really good. I had a bit of chafe in my back and stuff like that, and sunburn. But apart from that, I felt actually really good.
What about your bum for the cycling?
That was alright.
No killing you?
No, surprisingly, isn't it? I think because you train that much, you kind of get used to it.
How did you cope with transition, or was it like okay because you just weren't taking it like speed-wise, we just kind of chilled out with it?
I had no choice, and the swim to my bike was my fastest. Excuse me. and obviously I had to go to the toilet.
Yeah.
At the cycle to the run.
Yeah.
So that, I think I took about 20 minutes in transition there. It was ridiculous. But I'm actually usually quite fast in transition, like for sprints and Olympic distances. But no, I wasn't. By this point, I was like, oh, fuck it. I just want to finish it.
You just want to get over and done with.
Pretty much.
So obviously, getting towards the end, like, what was it like?
It was. I can't even describe it. It was amazing. I can remember there was this guy, and he was playing music at his house.
What?
The sport is amazing. Like, people just play music at their houses and like have these stereos and all that blasting at his music. And like, I think he had Foo Fighters on, he had Green Day. I was like, this guy is awesome.
Amazing.
And coming into like to do the finish, like into the finish stretch, I had AC/DC on again.
Yes.
So obviously I got quite emotional. But by this time, I think everybody who was like watching it had moved to the finish line, so it was getting quite quiet and stuff. So I felt really sorry for people that was still on their laps because they had nobody supporting them, nobody's cheering them on or anything. Which hats off to the people, because that's where it comes through the heart, eh? Like,
totally.
It's all mental for there.
Right.
I had hundreds of support along the way, but these people didn't have anything. Like, even like the fuel stations and everything, even them were packing up and turning the music off and stuff. So but I was lucky enough, I was nearly finishing, so. But finished stretch I can't describe it. It was just mind blowing. I blanked it.
Aye.
I heard them, like, so obviously when you're finishing an Ironman, you come to the finish stretch and they obviously say your name, you're an Ironman, which is what she did it for. I never
Don't tell me you can't remember it. Oh, for fuck's sake.
I ran past my mum and dad, I ran past my mate. I burst the green.
Now they wanna.
Oh, but no, like, even though I
Deserve a wee greet after that, God's sake.
I burst the green. I got half where I was green.
No wonder.
Aye. But like, even though like I never heard in it, the experience of running in that shoot's unbelievable.
They've got all the red floor and the stuff at the side and the big fucking sign. It's all the videos you watch, innit? It's like all the stuff you sit and watch during your training and the lead up to it and getting yourself psyched up, and then it's you doing it. It must be amazing.
Aye, that's exactly it. It's like you've watched this and you're living it and
get your medal.
Aye, medal's massive.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I remember like put it on my neck and I was like, wow.
Pulling you down.
I really didn't need this right now.
And could you eat at this point?
No.
Nah,
I had a bit of watermelon because that's all they had that I could eat at the athlete bit.
Giving you beer or anything like that?
No. I think I just blanked it all. I was in like this wee world in my aim because I wanted to go and see my family, because obviously they're not allowed in at this point, so you have to kind of walk through. I was just kind of like stoating about in my wee world with this watermelon.
Fucking hell.
So I eventually seen them, and obviously tears everywhere. Just proud.
Awesome, man. That's amazing. Oh, that's such a cool story to listen to, and obviously doing one in the future, man. I can't wait. Like, so exciting to think about doing it if I finish it. Is.
If I can do it on tattoos, man.
I hope so, man. But I will see what happens. But I know that's amazing. And what about the rest of the night? We just fucked. We just like in bed or.
I go to my bed.
Please tell me you ate something at some point today.
Chocolate ice cream.
Well, there you go. Made up for
it.
No proper food. No, just straight for the ice cream.
I was coming up late at night because you have to go and get a bike and everything.
Aye.
Which was quite funny. I was kind of just like shuffling to get this bike and people loading bags onto me and I couldn't lift anything. I was sore by this point. Like, my hips were done in.
Oh, you must have been
mentioned
wrecked.
my hips, eh?
Aye, no, you know.
No, I've actually got paratheses in my hips.
Aye, okay.
That's why I couldn't.
Before we were talking about.
So that's like your ball and socket joint. Mine's is like squished in, and it's fucked. Basically, it's fucked. So once one hip gets sore, my other one overcompensates, and that gets sore as well. So you can just imagine both my hips were just seized by this point, and I'm trying to walk to go and get my bike.
The fact you even finishing crossing the finish line is mental. all these issues that you had with your injuries and everything else. It's not exactly stuff you can fucking help though, is it, man? It's honestly, it's so inspiring. I love it. What about the next day? Did you wake up in an absolute world of pain?
I've got a video of me trying to walk upstairs.
Fuck.
It's no good.
Did you go home that day?
I did go home that day, I drove home.
Did you drive?
No.
I was going to say.
Couldn't keep my eyes on him. I can remember I was like writing a wee post to say like thanks to folk, I was bursting green again. It was quite an emotional 2 days.
Fucking totally, man.
Like
totally get that.
You've put your body through that much for training, and then that day it's
insane. Like
it's really overwhelming.
Like obviously I've not experienced it yet with the amount of training that needs to get put into it. But you know, you put your body through the fucking ringer, like just every day, like.
Mentally and physically.
Like.
Mentally a big part of it.
Totally, like it's a kind of constant battle of why am I doing this, and then I know why I'm doing it because I love it and it's amazing, and then back to can I do this? Why am I doing it? I'm sore. I'm tired. I want to lie in.
I'm turning into schizophrenic.
I
can remember I used to go out on my bike rides and I'd be like bursting into greeting, getting angry and that. Can I do this and finish it? That was a good ride,
Oh man, totally losing the plot.
My dad's sitting there like, holy shit, she was shooting at me 5 minutes ago.
She's losing her mind. But
it's kind of come quick enough.
It's so true, and like, was there a reason deep down you decided to do this kind of training, or was it just because you got a genuine bug for pushing yourself to the limit?
It comes all down to like getting told you can't do something. Once I get told I can't do something, I'll do it. I'd 100% try it, at least try it.
Yeah.
So having all that kind of negativity and then obviously everything wrong with my hips, I was like, I'm going to push myself. I'm going to see what I can actually do, and I've proven to everybody that I can do it, and myself, because at the end of the day, I was the biggest doubter out of everybody, because I didn't think I'd be able to do it. I can remember my dad turning around and saying to me, "Are you actually sure you can manage a marathon?"
Are you crazy? But amazing, superb. The next bit is just totally went out of my head. It's not what's in front of me, it's something that I'd had in my head. What did it say? It'll come back to me. What have you done since Ironman?
I had a rest. I had a social life for a while, because my mates had the baby and stuff like that, so I was kind of like, take some time off. And I think once you've lost your social life for so long and you get it back, it's hard to get back into the training again. Like I decided to ballot for Keltman. I originally wanted to do Norseman. I never thought I'd get into it. I didn't think I would get into it at all. And then boom.
It's happening.
So this was about the end of November, and I said I better get my act together and start training, and I'll admit it was hard to get back into it again fully. I had to get a coach and everything.
That would have been 3 months? 4 months?
After Ironman, I would be high.
So you would have probably lost a lot of your fitness that you gained.
Well, I did do a marathon after my Ironman. I done a marathon in October. I done Glencoe Marathon. Fuck my ankles.
Jesus.
I shouldn't really run, but I love it, so I do it. And then obviously I ballied for Keltman and tried to get back into training for that, which was really difficult. It's taken me till the start of January to properly get into my training again, which for Keltman you should really train as soon as the ballot opens, because it is that extreme. Okay,
so I actually don't really know much about this at all, so what is it? Tell us.
So Keltman is a series of, it's a series of extreme triathlons. So you've got Norseman, Keltman, Swissman, another one, can't remember, but anyway, you get the idea. So Keltman is based at the west coast of Scotland, and you're doing a swim in about 9 degrees water with jellyfish. Same distance as an Ironman.
I'm about to be
Kinda.
sick right now.
Aye. I didn't like talking about it very much, excuse me.
I'm legit so scared of jellyfish.
And then you've got a 125-mile cycle. So the part of the cycle is an North Coast 500.
Right.
Which I'm planning on doing as well. And then it's a marathon up to Monrose, along a ridge. I'm terrified for heights.
You're off your nut, man.
But I think my kind of nature is, like you says, once you do something, I need to go harder, like I push myself. I need to see where my limits are.
Yeah.
And I think I found it.
I think so. Aye, how's training going for that?
Oh my God, it's hard. I'm getting pushed to I'm at breaking point.
Aye.
And it's only February.
When is it?
June.
June, right, okay,
June.
so what's the training looking like at the moment, like distance-wise or volume-wise?
Distance is alright. I trained myself last year for Ironman, and this year I decided to get a triathlon coach, because I kind of thought, I need somebody to kick my arse to tell me that I need to get back into it.
There's a triathlon coach, but and then there's this Keltman. Did the triathlon coach even know what to do with you?
He actually did, because he's it must be some crazy people at Stirling, because he's already coached somebody that's done it before. So he kind of got the idea of what I was doing. So everything is mainly hills, interval training. So like obviously you think about that as like high intensity training, which I've never done before. I trained with heart rate zones for my Ironman. So I've been pretty knackered.
The high intensity stuff kicks the shit out of you, man, doesn't it?
I'm tired, I'm feeling it.
It's hard to recover from.
If you get a chance to recover, for some reason he's not giving me a rest day.
You're saying just before we started that your legs were just absolutely fucked.
My legs didn't work anymore. I've got a hill run tomorrow and I don't know how I'm going to get up that hill.
You'll be fine. Just one of the ones you need to get in. Just as soon as you get in it, that'll be you. Boom, done.
It's good. I'm looking forward to it.
So the training is going to be pretty constant till June then?
Pretty much. A lot of hills.
Yeah.
A lot of hills.
And
jellyfish and cold water.
Oh my God, man. So how long you reckon that will take you? Like on a day?
I have no idea. So
is it one day?
One day, aye.
One day, aye.
So for Keltman, might as well say as well, it's a self-supported event. So on the bike, you don't actually have people, like as you do in Ironman, you've got water stations and that.
Yeah.
You actually have to have somebody driving along beside you, because it's that extreme and that cold, and you need somebody to come to the water, take you out the water, put a dry robe or whatever, and help you dry yourself because you're freezing. Get you into the bike, and then on the bike, the good thing is you don't have to carry your food, which is handy for me because my bike weighs a ton.
Definitely.
So they'll be holding my food and stuff, and then you've got a support runner, so you've had to go somebody running the marathon with you, which is quite good because at least I can't get disqualified this time. So it's mental. It's really extreme. I don't know.
Well, good on you again for picking another.
I'm actually questioning myself right now.
Another crazy event, but I'm sure that you'll enjoy it in the end.
Aye.
At some point.
Aye.
But at the end of the day, like, you know, to me, as hard as it is and all that, like, training, I don't know, it's just like, it just gives you that amazing feeling every time, achievement,
Totally.
confidence, getting stronger, getting fitter. It's just a great feeling. What does it what does it do for you, and like, and for your mindset, for like just in general everyday life? Like, does it keep you going?
Training's my stress relief. It's what makes me eat better. If I didn't train, I didn't eat. Simple. So I train constantly. I know that's not the way to do it, but my kind of mental state.
You, then
that's what keeps me going.
Yeah.
If I didn't have training, I'd probably be back to what I was like at 13-year-old, no eating, no doing anything, just fading away kind of thing. So, but it makes me feel good. It's just one reason why you do it, and you want to get stronger, you want to get better. I'm doing stuff now that I never thought I would ever be able to do, especially like with my amount of problems.
Yeah.
Like, I power through everything, I power through the pain because I want to better myself, and that's why I train.
Amazing. That's amazing. Good on you. You've got a boyfriend, don't you?
Nightmare. Aye, I do.
Aye. Thank God there. I thought you were going to say like, no,
Oh,
we
don't
broke
tell
up.
us
We
that.
broke up or something. I was like, fuck.
Imagine that.
I should have maybe asked you before it. I was just, I just remember from obviously on your
That would have
Instagram
made
and
the
that.
podcast.
But
I should have went along with that. No,
but in all seriousness, it can obviously be quite a difficult thing for them to cope with when you're just fucking training so much. Basically, what A, does he train, and B, if not, how do you cope with what you're doing?
He taught me how to swim.
Nice.
He's a swimmer.
Brilliant.
Well, no anymore. He's a lazy cunt now. He doesn't do nothing.
Hope he's not listening.
No, he's been good. Like I'll admit, the past 2 years I've been a complete nightmare. Like, because you're training to that high intensity, you do have your moments where you just break down, and I think I broke down because my hair was a mess one day. It's like random shit like that, and because I've got all my wee problems with my eating and stuff, I just burst extreme with that. So I can imagine it was quite stressful for him at that time, but he's a good guy and he powers through it. He's still with me. I don't know why.
Well,
I never see him.
I'm sure he doesn't mind too much then if he's just still
He's
together.
gonna get his food.
What about doing events and stuff? Do you just do it purely for you, or have you been raising money or anything like that? Or?
I started doing my events to raise money. So I raised money for British Heart Foundation. I've raised money for the Children's Hospital in Glasgow. I've raised money for the Butterfly Trust, which they helped my friend who had cystic fibrosis. So I've raised
Amazing.
a lot of money.
That's another great thing to come out of these things, like people doing it for good causes.
I think this is the only event I've planned on doing fundraising.
You fucking should know what you're doing, fucking hell.
It's hard to keep up. Like, you try to train and then you try to keep up with the fundraising, and it's like you need to keep asking people, and I've been asking people for like 5 years, give me money for this charity. So
I'm sure they don't mind when they look at what you're doing. Now, just when you said that there, I've not put it up yet, but I've made a page for, what I've done, just because what you were saying there about constantly asking people, I'd done that the first 2 triathlons I'd done. I was like asking people for 6 months, and then straight away I was like, I'm doing it again, do you want to donate again? And as much as people did, and I raised loads and loads of money for Alzheimer's. I decided for the Brighton Triathlon I would just not do anything, because I knew I was doing the Ironman stuff, and the triathlon was just like it was like almost training for this anyway, so I was like, I'll leave that. But what I've done is I've just done one page for the 2 events, and I'm just going to leave it running and just leave it up over the course of what will be probably a year and a bit. But I'm doing British Heart Foundation. It was my dad died of his heart failure and that, so that'll be another added incentive to get out in the early mornings, and when you're feeling a bit tired, because obviously people are putting money towards it, you kind of need to do it. And then it's obviously, it's just it's a great thing that these charities end up with all these people doing these things for it, which is amazing. I just actually forgot about this until I got an email today. I'm doing some Red Bull Neptune swimming event thing in March. I totally forgot about it. It's now a month away, and I don't even know what it is, to be honest. My mate.
You better get out in the water now.
Really, aye. Fucking hell. Well, basically, what happened was my buddy messaged me. He was like, this was fucking way into last year. Can't even remember when. And he was just like, he knew I was doing triathlon swimming stuff, and he was like, this is on in March. I'd done it last year. It's amazing. You should do it. And I just had a quick scan, and I was like, oh, it looks cool. I'll sign up. It was only 30 quid or whatever, and then totally went out of my head, and then got the email today, and I was like, shit, that's literally a month today, or a month tomorrow, and what is it? The way I just look at it is like, I'm going to be in water, jumping over walls and shit.
You're not in the water for long, I ken that, but...
You're not in the water for long?
No, I think is it not 400 metres?
Oh, is it?
Aye.
Because it's like a race.
You're saying, is it? But you're swimming against the current. Like,
right.
You're basically swimming uphill.
Right, okay.
If that makes sense. And then you're obviously
over obstacles and shit.
Over all the obstacles.
And then it's like the top 4 people in each heat go into a semi-final and a final and that.
Aye.
So it'd be quite
I
good.
thought a lassie that done it, she got into the semi-final. She's a brilliant swimmer. She's amazing. But
So I'm
she
excited
won
about
it.
that now. Like I'm
Aye.
going to start looking into it and see what I'm going to be
Does
doing.
she get swimming in the cold water or something?
Really, aye. Well, this is it. It's March, so it's going to be cold. But like, there's no like. Again, it's probably just a shite excuse or whatever. But I don't really know where I would go for open water swimming at the moment.
You're talking to somebody that's doing open water swimming in the cold day.
Right now,
Aye.
how is it right now?
No, no, but I will be at the end of this month.
End of this month. How cold will it be?
Baltic.
How cold do you think? Like,
I'm not sure. I'd be lying if I said.
'Cause
I would say about two,
what?
4, 5.
Oh my
Give myself
god.
the benefit of the doubt. I'll say 5 degrees, but I think it'll be colder than that.
Shit, man. I messaged the guy who's doing takes the open water swimming and up in Pinkston, and he said he's not starting until the water hits 11 in May. And my half's in June, so I'm going to need to source something probably.
Aye.
And like, cause obviously I've got the pool, but
No, you need to get in
as
the
we
water.
discussed, I'm going to need to
Aye.
get in that cold water. But anyway. So getting to the end there, so basically, what would you say to anyone who is, because I hear it all the time, maybe it's just because I'm a coaching people, but I hear people putting themselves down a lot. I hear people saying, I'd love to do that, but I can't, or I wish that was me, blah, blah, blah. What would you, like, obviously you're someone who has had, or been through a lot, and doing what you've done the last year and what you're going to do this year and that, so brilliant coming from someone who's been through it themselves. So what would you say to somebody basically who's like doubting themselves, like tells themselves they can't do things basically?
Like, I'm not gonna lie, I tell myself every day I'll never be able to, like, what I'm about to do is the biggest thing I'll ever do, the Keltman. And it's a goal, and you need to train, you need to work to that goal. If you didn't do it, you'll just hate yourself even more. And you can do it, like, all it needs is a wee bit of training, like, get your mind into it, because anything is actually possible if you do put your mind to it. And I'll stand by that quote, because that's what got me to my Ironman. And it's true, like, I'm the biggest doubter ever. Like, every event I've done, I've doubted myself completely, and I've tackled them all. And that's what you need to do.
Basically, they're just telling themselves absolute bullshit.
Pretty much.
Aren't they? And it's,
like,
I mean, I can understand there's obviously people lacking confidence and stuff,
Aye.
but at the end of the day, as you say, anything is possible if you put your mind to it, you know.
I mean, you do get people that tell you can't do stuff and stuff like that, and then obviously you tell yourself, but you just ignore the people, and you ignore that wee person in your mind.
Totally.
Because it's irrelevant. And
anybody listening to this, like, at the end of the day, sit and listen to us two talk about this, you know, that, like, the whole reason I want to do an Ironman is because, for myself, obviously, because I enjoy training, and I want to push myself to what I thought was the fucking limits, but you're this fucking Keltman is obviously outdoing it big time. But what I mean is, like, for me, you know, that's a crazy thing to try and do. And I used to be really overweight. I drank probably, I used to smoke. I wouldn't be able to run for the bus. I was fucking a waster basically. And then 6 years later, if I complete the Ironman, I just want to fucking show people, like, you know, doesn't matter where you are. If you want to work towards something, it can be done. And you're sitting there telling us how you've done the Ironman and what you're going for something even bigger, with a list of problems that could have potentially just made you go, nah, I'm not doing it.
Oh, totally. Like, I'm on the list for a new hip and everything, and I'm out there running every day. And I might be sore, I agree, I'm in pain most nights, but if you want to do something that bad, you need to just power through that.
Exactly.
Obviously, I'd advise to get doctor's notes when there's things like that wrong with you. But, like, you've got to have a passion for it, even if it is that we go like a half. I'd even go even bigger than that. For people, even a 5K's hard.
Yeah, of course, aye.
And if you can battle, like, if you can get yourself to that, then that's one step forward to the big thing that you want to do. It doesn't even need to be a running event. It can be anything.
Aye, totally, that's it. I mean, it's just such a life changer though, having fucking, not even just goals, but crazy goals,
Aye.
and proving yourself and everyone else wrong. And that's it. I think I've said that a few times, but like just pushing yourself to the limit. It's like it's
Aye.
sore and it sucks sometimes,
Oh,
and
definitely.
as you say, you're in tears and that most nights. But like this, I don't know, the feeling of doing it outweighs all that negative stuff.
Aye. Drowns it out.
It's how because like
That finish line or that goal that you hit is it's totally worth everything that you've put yourself through to get to it.
100%. No, I love it, man. It's been amazing. Thanks so much for coming on and talking.
It's alright.
Anything else you want to go over? Anything you want to say before you sign off?
I'm fine.
No, that's
Hope you
cool.
understand.
I'm sure we will. As long as this is all recorded properly, which I fucking hope it has. If it hasn't, I'm going to fucking greet, but it should be cool. Good luck for all your stuff coming up. Good luck with all your training, and obviously we'll keep in touch via social media, etc. And I look forward to seeing how it all goes. And you'll be doing yours on the 16th, and I'll be doing mine the 17th. So we can wish each other good luck anyway.
I'll be in pain when you're going through yours.
Oh God, you'll be brilliant. Right, thanks again.
Snowball.
See you later.